Football playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Philadelphia Eagles. For the right to head to Los Angeles for Super Bowl 56, it's time for the NFC Championship game. Here we go. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. First carry for Nick Chubb, and he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know, the thought...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up fourth down. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over this one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple of yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real. And
it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up second down. Second and 10. Now Mayfield. Right back to Williams, and this time he's got him. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Oh, he fakes a spike. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just past the 35. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't.
Hurts fumbles it. But I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They go play action with Hurts. Steps away. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And this will be swung out here for counter, and he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be a 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 33. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A give. This is Chubb. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Mayfield's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
On 2nd down and 4, Hurts. Open man left side, it's the tight end DeGuara.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. From the gun, a give to Connor. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us as always. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Logan Wilson. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts flushed out right. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. 4. It's second down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Play action. Here's Hurts. On the move, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Throwing is Hurts. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Steps away to his left. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
It's caught on the right side. Williams. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big play that time on the catch and run. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Here's a handoff to Connor. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Connor is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They give the Chubb out of the gun to the 40 and no further. So the broken tackle didn't get him much. From the 40 now on second down, Mayfield. Connection made with Chenault.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Got his man, it's Williams.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
They go with Chubb on second down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They run. Chubb. And he's got some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Nick Chubb, 30 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in this NFC Championship game. The extra point up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
3 yards the gain there, second down. Hurts. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Nothing. They don't get nothing.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this goal? And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Rasul Douglas picks it, and this one will be brought back to the 22. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
This pass finds its way to Williams. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Chubb again. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the
pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jadeveon Clowney picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Throw left side complete. That's Campbell. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now,
there he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. Nick Chubb saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. And the Seahawks are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a... Oh, Connor loses it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why. And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl. And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. Now the Seahawks will bring the offense back onto the field, and they'll go for 2. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind. Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though. Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay. But first down, Hurts. To Connor on the check down. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking here for Smith downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Following the interception, Mayfield. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Jordan Willis. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him? Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball... And it's intercepted at the goal line. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. Mayfield off the play fake. Wide open. It's Marshall complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long. And they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC. Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future. And the fans starting to book those tickets. And the Seahawks are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards. And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10,
Illegal touching is the call.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Screen pass to Connor. Touchdown! James Conner. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Lutz with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Get ready. Get ready. Check 59, Mike.
Mayfield now. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Mayfield on first down. And this is caught by Williams. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And this is going to be intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And the Eagles are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
And his throw is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now this throw caught left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Seahawks are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, It may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran deep.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 40, 20, 10, 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
And the Seahawks are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Dodge a bullet. They cover it up. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On the handoff, Connor. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. To throw here. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it.
Let's go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.
Salute when you see me. That jealousy is an ocean, and you either float or you sink it. Moment of truth, credit check, you not approved. BB King, I'm in love with the blues. Don't start me up, I got finishing moves. Look, salute when you see me. Slid through all the commotion, it's breaking news, they got an ad on TV. Popping out on them, I'm politicking, probably in a section where you not permitted. My honey's matching my Dodger fitted, playing all goal, ain't no stopping in it. Look, salute when you see me. I bought her a CC and that was her purse. Disgusting with do for a purse. Disgusting with do for the clout. I'm one of the realest. The real ones could vouch. They thought I was done, but all I doubt. You gotta play my next around. Salute when you see me. Put in the car to my runner gets you speedy. Still thugging like the days when they weren't here in my city. Made it out of the trenches. Just salute when you see me. Yeah, salute when you see me. I'm getting greedy, I blowed on her budget on me, that's on me, I'm conceited. Treaty,
Nah, that ain't how we treat it. This right here sound like a three-peat. I put the in it sound like I'm knee-deep. I'm like, oh, you too needy. Me and HB going Juvie and BG. They gotta put my face on the box of Wheaties. I'm praying for whoever think they competed. Salute when you see me. That's all he ever, so that's how you greet me. I'm going TM 101 cheesy, and plus they got D2 on repeat. I'm with the love of my life for like 3 weeks, cause that's all I needed. She wanna go on a trip or retreat, but I'm sorry, I never retreated. I set the bar so high that you might as well leave it. I'm going undefeated, I've broken the system. Had to breach it, that's mission impossible, mission completed.
Salute when you see me, oh yeah. I got the heart of a god and a genie. I want you to love me, I want you to need me. When I this face is Fiji. I gotta get back to the hood, I remember when I was the needy.